Originally, I wanted to make a video on how to set goals. However, I found something that is more important and more powerful than that, and that is setting visions. In this video, I'm gonna show you why setting visions is more important than setting goals. Right after that, I will walk you through a quick, simple, and easy process on how to prioritize those visions in order to make them become a reality, which is just as important. Signori, this is Elia from Canu.com, and here we help people getting closer to who they're destined to become. There is a quote I really like from Tony Robbins that goes by, setting goals is the first step into turning the invisible into the visible. Let's get right into it. Why do I say setting a vision is more important than setting a goal? It's very simple, because in a goal, there is nothing else than cold hard logic, and there is no emotions attached to it. Therefore, if we could instead set a vision, if we could imagine what it would look like to achieve that particular thing, that is literally gonna make it become a reality. Because in order to get closer to it, your mind needs to create a picture of what would it mean to have it. Simply because the mind does not understand the difference between something that is actually happening and something that is being created over here. And therefore, this makes it extremely powerful. Now, think of the word smart, with S meaning smell. What would it smell like to have $1 million? What would it smell like to have the girlfriend of your dreams? What would it smell like to have your dream car? What would the smell of it be? Now let's move over towards the T. Touch. What would it mean to touch $1 million in cash? What would it mean to touch a check of $1 million? What would it mean to touch your dream car? Let's go over the girlfriend example for next time.
Not cool.
Next one is gonna be the M. Measure. What would it look like to have $1 million? Literally, what would it look like? Would it be a ton of cash? Would it be a check? Would it be a mountain of pennies? Whatever you decide, measure it. Next one is gonna be attain. How is that gonna work out in your mind? How is that gonna look? Are you gonna get $1 million through an investment, through your business, through your job? How are you gonna get your dream car? Are you gonna walk through the dealership? And after that, we got the R, which is retain. How are you gonna keep that? How is it gonna be? Either you're gonna be investing that, you're gonna be using it. How are you gonna keep your dream girlfriend? What are you gonna do for her? How are you gonna be? What's the way you're gonna behave? All these things are gonna allow you to make your vision become a reality. After this, let's move towards how to prioritize these things. And for this, I'm using a method that I found on one of the most influential people in the world, and that is Mr. Warren Buffett, with his 5-25 rule on goal setting. So the story goes that one day Warren Buffett is about to take off and decides to speak to one of his pilots named Mike Flint. Jokingly, he asks, "So something tells me I'm not doing my job right. It looks like you've been working for me for all these years, and I've never seen you working towards your dreams and your goals." After that, Warren Buffett decided to walk him through his process in order to goal set. So the 5-25 rule goes like this. First of all, list your top 25 goals, the ones that you wish to achieve in your lifetime. After that, pick the 5 most important ones that you could not live without. And the third step is simply eliminate or put aside the 20 goals that are not as important as the one you picked already. Everything you didn't pick became a avoid at all cost list, which means that all those things are gonna be put aside until the top 5 most important ones are gonna be done. We have a limited amount of time and energy to achieve our goals each day. Yet, more times than not, we spread ourselves thin in order to do too many of them, and therefore we do not get to achieve the ones that are really the most important to us. You can apply the 5-25 rules for better focus and prioritization. This way you're gonna be able to decide on the truly important ones and put aside the not so important ones that you have your life in order to achieve. If you're interested in learning further, I made an ebook on how to thrive in high pressure situations. If you're interested in connecting with me, you can find me on Instagram at Canu Elia. Engage with me in the comments and hit the notification bell to stay updated for all the new videos that are coming. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, you can find them over here or over here. I think it's gonna be over here. And I'll see you soon with the next video. Alla prossima!